Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we are playing some more Civilization 6. Rather, we are watching some AI battles. Our Earth campaign is coming down to the wire. Nubia came out of nowhere to take the lead in the last episode because it pretty much conquered all of what remains of Samaria. And even having not owned Bilshi or whatever, it was still leading. And it's going to be able to conquer it. So really, we're intrigued to see if they're going to be able to hold on to their lead. Now, Australia, I'm thinking, is going to probably end up building the Sydney Opera House at some point before we finish this campaign, which is going to give them a few more error score points for the Wonder, which may give them the lead. I don't think Korea is going to be able to finish any of the rocket site. No. Yeah, they're definitely not going to be able to finish rockets in time. So I'm going to take a quick drink of water here. I was moving around in between episodes to get my energy up a little bit because I was getting a little tired, but now I'm short of breath, so maybe I should have taken a little bit of a longer pause before we started the episode, but whatever, I'll be fine. So Zanzibar, well, who's hitting your walls? I'm not entirely sure. The other thing to keep in note, because they're in first place, I'm thinking quite a few of the AI are probably going to come declare war on them, just because that's what the AI does. We also have Spain, well, Arabia declared war on Spain, so we're trying to see if anything happens there. And the Cree did finally take Baltimore, so now North America is officially owned by the Cree. What's hilarious is this is actually pretty close to the American borders. If the Aztecs would have grabbed that, by the way, there's our Nubia Wars. If the Aztecs would have grabbed that tile right there, this would be perfect Texas right here. Although, technically, Aztecs should have also grabbed, these, and then these three. If that would have been an Aztec town, then we would have had, perfect American borders right there. But whatever. So, now that Nubia is at war with almost anyone, or everyone, rather, we're going to have to see how that plays out. I don't know anyone's too close, though, to do any damage. Zulu would be about the only ones I could see making some damage. Australia did find themselves at war with someone, but I'm probably just going to let the automation play out until we end the game. The one thing is we got to remember to stop it at, the last couple turns, because we got to run it manually. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going infinitely, and we don't want that. So, Norway declared war on Arabia. I don't really think that's going to help them. We got 24 turns left. Kind of looked like Korea was fighting someone, but it doesn't. I don't see who they would be fighting. Korea almost needs to come over here and take Kyoto. I don't know if they could. I don't think they have enough military strength, but if they could have done that, that would have made a big difference. I still don't see the Sydney Opera House. I'm shocked. Also, hey, guess what? They finally... Nope, they still hadn't actually finished the stadium. They're building the stadium. I still don't like how you cheated to get that wonder. If Australia wins, we're putting an asterisk by it because they cheated. They cheated more than the AI normally cheats. How about that? So their holy site got pillaged. That might have already been pillaged, though. We'll see. Uruk is being held on. Oh, no, they ended up losing this one. Okay, so Tbilisi actually came over to Scythia now. Is Uruk staying Nubia? It is not. But by the time it flips, the game's going to be over, so they'll be okay there. Interesting. So now, I don't think they're at war with Nubia, but it sure looks like they're bringing troops for a war. Here's the thing, remember, Nubia was still in first place, even without this town, because it was a free city. So I think they're still potentially in first place. The other thing we can't really see right now is the Great People. That's going to give you a little bit of score. Then also, era score as well. I'm trying to think late game era scores. You could get one from doing a, not natural wonder, a national park. Although I hadn't seen anyone build a national park. And I don't know that there's really any tiles that could actually build a national park, because almost everything, the AI, I don't think the AI really goes for national parks. Maybe Teddy would, but yeah. I think Brazil could build a national park, right? You can build a national park on a national wonder, can you? I don't really know. Zulu don't seem interested in coming and declaring war on Nubia. Also, too, it looks like Scythia hasn't declared war yet, even though they still have a ton of troops on the border. Those could just be left over from conquering the city, but who knows? How did the Spanish-Arabia war go? Kind of hit. Kind of like 50-50. Or Spain doesn't have too many troops left, but Arabia doesn't really have a lot of troops left to conquer Madrid. And that's kind of a picture of late game war with the AI here. Is they always get like super close, but never quite complete. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe we should try doing like an AI game with EU4 or something. I don't know, can you do AI with it? Also, I don't know, is there a demographic for that? Like, do people actually want to watch that? I would enjoy doing that. That would be interesting to watch the maps flip and switch. And I know there's a lot of people who do like the time lapses, but I don't know if people actually watch it like this. Time lapses are fine, you know, but they're not my favorite. I would actually rather see, you know, all the individual things. Like, you know, if we were just watching a time lapse, we wouldn't necessarily understand why Korea was in first place for a little bit and then not, and then in third, and, you know, Nubia coming and conquering, you know, sure, we would have been able to see that, but we wouldn't necessarily understand why Australia's in first place. So it's, I don't know, I enjoy like putting pauses in and actually seeing what's going on. So they are about to pop out another rocket, it looks like. Maybe that's their first one. I don't know if they actually got more than one down. It's kind of hard to see. Oh, you know, we did hear, that's what that was. Last episode, we heard something. I was like, is that a plane? No, it was a rocket that got shot off. So it probably was Australia shooting a rocket off. We're at 17 turns left. Most of Korea's spaceports are still on fire. Yep. Scotland pieced out Brazil and Nubia. Those were both just wars, probably because of score. Scythia still has not come in and declared war. Australia made peace with Nubia, which is probably bad for Australia, because I think Australia actually still has a military, where Nubia doesn't. I mean, Australia could do damage on them. Nubia really has nothing to fight them. Nubia is in a very compromised position right here. They have 2 tanks, 3 tanks, 4 tanks. They have 4 tanks. That's it right now. And then 2 field cannons and an artillery. Still not really enough to fight an invasion if it came. I would be intrigued to see how well Scythia could do. Scythia just built up its army. Remember, Scythia didn't have an army for most of the game. So, not entirely sure when they decided or why they decided to start building some units. Because Scythia, this was Scythia's game to lose at one point. When both China and Mongolia flipped, and then all of Europe was free-citied, Scythia really could have just dominated the entire game at that point. But they ended up just kind of becoming passive. Then Korea ended up beating them in a war, and then they just kind of fell way far behind. And it looks like they're finally catching up, but it's probably too little too late. We could run this game for like another couple hundred turns, and it would be interesting to see if anyone would actually be able to do anything. I don't know what would happen if we just infinitely ran it. Problem is, I don't want to. Like, if I could speed it up, yeah, but there's just so many units and stuff like that. You're talking, it's taking like 10 minutes a turn. Well, it's not like that bad, but it's like at least 60 seconds for a turn right now. We could actually time it, but it would just take forever to, you know, get like another 100 turns done. So that's why I like the idea of piecing it out at 300 turns. So the Kree are in a very dominant position in North America, and they actually have some pretty modern units as well. I don't think they're going to ever move south, though. Brazil, or rather the Aztecs, are very open for an invasion, because they're rolling around with musketmen right now, where, you know, Kree have tanks and infantry, but I think they're friendly. I don't think I've ever seen them fight each other. Brazil... Whoa, Brazil's getting invaded by Australia. Whoa. Okay. Did not expect that. Why? Alright, so then that means Australia is wide open right now. Korea actually does have a mechanized infantry, so they could go burn some stuff down, and they actually have quite a few troops down here too. Oh, alright. Australia, maybe you shouldn't move all of your troops to a foreign soil. I wish the AI could conquer across lands, and here's the problem, especially with the loyalty thing, is it's almost impossible now for this to actually happen. India made peace, Australia declared war on Scythia, Scotland declared war on Australia, India declared war on Scythia. Okay, 11 turns left. Scotland's still hanging up over here. These guys kind of ended up piecing out. These guys aren't at war with each other, but Nubia does have troops there now, in case Scythia does declare war. Scythia declared war on Australia, but, you know, although they can't really do anything about it. They definitely left their flank way exposed. They have nothing here. Absolutely nothing. They did get a great scientist, though. So that's going to give them a little more era score. I'm really intrigued to see who's in first place. We're not gonna look at all. 10 turns remain. We're gonna stop it at 8 turns. Then we're just gonna advance the game as quickly as we can. And you know, obviously Indonesia's not in it, so it doesn't really matter. And then we're gonna get the final cutscene, and we're gonna see who won. So Australia does have. What are you doing, Australia? I don't even know. I wish loyalty issue wasn't such a big thing, because it's so hard to actually come here and just conquer in foreign soil, which is kind of disappointing. But I wonder, you know, we talked about it in the past. I wonder if we could do a Civ 5 autoplay. I don't know if that's, I would have to go look. Does Civ 5 even have access to the workshop? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's mods for it, but. So I guess all that being said, I don't know what we're going to do for our next series. I got a couple days to decide. So I may end up taking a just a couple day break and figure out what we're going to do. I don't know if we're going to come back with another Civ 6 series. We're definitely not going to do another full world map. We'd probably just do like another like random map or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Just keep your eyes out in the channel. I'll let you guys know. Follow me on Twitter. I'll let you guys know there as well. But anyways, 8 turns left. I'm really thinking about EU4 though. Maybe even Crusader Kings, but probably EU4 because I'm like, man, I miss the game. I do miss the game. It's been a while since I played it. But I don't actually want to play it. And the problem is, too, I don't have any of the DLC or anything like that. So it would, I don't know if we're missing anything. Because I've not followed EU4 now for probably close to 2 years. So I don't really know what's out that's necessary. But anyways, I would buy like 1 or 2 DLCs, but I don't think I really want to buy all of the DLCs to catch up. That's probably a bit much, especially considering I'm going to be so rusty at the game anyways. But if we did do EU4, it would be very much an automated thing. I don't think I would want to manually do it. So, how did our rockets go? You're still trying to pop another one out. Did you end up, you never built the Sydney Opera House, dude. So I don't think Australia is going to win. Without the Sydney Opera House, I don't think they can win. And you didn't build it either. And neither did Nubia. So, this is kind of interesting. It's going to be a very close game. It really is. If I had to guess, I would say Nubia probably still has it. Because I don't think I saw Korea or Australia do anything that would have given them the lead. Although, ooh, they just lost Uric. Ooh, snap. So that means they lost a little bit of score too. So I think actually Australia. Okay, now that I saw that, I'm gonna say Australia. I think won. I think they had enough score. I don't think Korea did anything to get them that score. So you know what? We're just gonna stop it here, and we're just gonna manually do it ourselves. 5 turns remaining. We're just gonna skip these 5 turns ourselves. It's gonna be 4 turns, but. Let's try starting the automation here, because last thing I want to have happen is just us miss the automation. It's not like anything's really happening right now, except maybe this war over here, but nah, yeah, that was never going to happen. They ended up losing a bunch of troops, it looks like. I don't get why the AI builds so many supply convoys. Like, seriously, Australia has probably 10 supply convoys right now, and maybe even 12 or 15, and like 5 units that actually do damage. It just seems like a mistake. So here's going to be the biggest issue. We need to just alert all of these C units because I can't hit fortify. Sleep would have been better. And I don't think there's a hotkey for alert. Yeah, A isn't a hotkey for it. I know F is fortify. And S does not sleep either, so I don't know what the hotkey would be. E maybe? I have no idea what E did. Okay, E may be automatic. I have no idea what the E does. So we're just going to kind of hang out here for 3 turns and see who wins. Fortunately, we're not going to have much of a view on anything, but that's okay. Kind of keeps it under wraps over who's going to win. So I guess it's time to make your final predictions over who you think is going to win. Remember, Korea was in a golden age at the end, where I think Australia, and I don't remember Nubia. I know Australia was in normal age, but not entirely sure on that. Can I just E everything? Renaissance walls, it doesn't matter. E. I guess E is automatic. Whatever, listening post. I don't care. Go. It doesn't matter. So 2 turns left. Is there anything we could do to give you us more points? We literally had 1 down. Could have declared war on Australia. But the thing is, I don't want to actually do any damage and screw up the era score. And I think we're friendly with Australia. Nah, we're at war, but we would never declare war on them. They're so much bigger and stronger than us, and they're right on our border. So, if we were going to declare war on anyone, it would have been Mapuche. Actually, probably Bandar. Who owned Bandar? No one's the suzerain, so why? Well, is a little scary. And they do have musketmen where we have pikemen, so maybe that wasn't going to happen. So two turns left to E. Dang it, E doesn't work on that. So go to sleep then. Are we at war with anyone? Oh yeah, Korea. Oh, snap. When did that happen? So if we're at war with Korea, maybe Korea was in first place. Well, there goes our unit. Nuclear sub. Yeah, I kind of figured there were going to be nuclear subs up there. Yeah, please don't kill me right now. That would be bad. I mean, it's not like one turn would probably change the score, but it would have been intriguing to look at the score these last 3 turns to see if there was any difference, but I still think this is going to be better. Okay, the time is here. Let us see who won the Great World Civ AI Battle number 2, I guess, since we already did this the first time. Although this map was a little smaller, but I liked how this map worked. It seemed to not give anyone a distinct advantage, number 1. Number 2, we had a really close game here at the end. And that's basically all you really want, is you just want a nice close game as it gets to the end. So I'm pretty happy with how this series came out. 0 turns remaining. Oh crap, yeah, I forgot. You actually have to do turn 300. We could go like pillage the trade routes and maybe we would have done that. Indonesia would have done that, but whatever. I don't think that would have changed the era score that different, or changed the actual score that different. So game is ending in 2020 AD. That's a little freaky. Actually 2019. No, because it'll be one more turn. It should be 2020. Still. Does it always end like right on our today's date? 2020, there we go. So we lost. So the question is, who won? Australia won. Wow. Okay. Was not expecting that. I mean, I kind of was expecting that, but so who do we want to look at? We want to look at Nubia and Korea. Which one's Korea? Korea. Yeah. Okay. And we want to look at scores, what we really want to look at. You know what? Maybe we just leave these on for the time being. It's so hard because there's so many units here. Ooh, Australia actually pulled ahead, it looks like. Was that? I guess that's got to be Australia's color because they're in first place. Yeah, they pulled out a pretty decent lead there at the end. So let's just turn everyone off, though. Because the other thing is, I think it zooms in a little bit if you don't have any of those guys. So, yo. And then these guys are all dead, so don't care about them. Dalden, Shaka, Cleopatra. Oh yeah, Cleopatra was actually in the game at one point. Leave you on. Poundmaker, Gilgamesh, Montezuma, Shrajan, Teddy. France. So it didn't zoom in. So Nubia, wow, look at this. So Nubia had the lead probably about right here, which would have been 275. A little before 275. So basically, this was probably where we started the episode. Then they ended up losing era score, and Australia ended up jumping ahead. I'm thinking they ended up building maybe another wonder or something. What ended up happening? Culture per turn? They jumped on culture per turn. So maybe that gave them enough era score. Well, they also got an era score per turn there too. They got another little jump there. So they got a couple little jumps there at the end, which looks like probably took them over the top. They didn't finish any extra buildings. Cities captured. Nah, I don't really care about that. Why would they gotten... Oh, you know, maybe they ended up killing some units. That's the only thing I can think, but not really. Nubia was so much higher on that. Wonders construction. Yeah, so they didn't complete any extra wonders there at the end. So, not entirely sure what took them over the top there at the end. I mean, they had this nice little consistent gain, but they had a little boost there, a little boost there, and then Nubia actually lost quite a bit. I think that's when they ended up losing that second city. So they probably would have had second place then if they wouldn't have lost that Uric. And then Korea just kind of had that steady gain, and they just didn't get that nice little boost. Really, I think it came down to the wonders. I think Australia ended up completing, what, 2 or 3 wonders there at the end, and that just basically gave them the win. If Korea could have maybe got the Science Institute, that last wonder, maybe they would have been close enough, but I don't know. This is a pretty decent-sized lead here. So I think Australia definitely probably still would have won no matter what. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Australia was the victor. So hope you guys enjoyed the series. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game comment, show your support. I'll be back with something else. I'm not entirely sure what, but just keep a close eye on the channel and Twitter, and I'll let you guys know when I know. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.